whatever you do, make sure you guys have a backup plan from your 9 to 5. Make sure you guys set up a different stream of income, set up money aside, savings, Roth IRAs, invest, because you never know when you're going to be replaced. You never know when you're going to be fired. Everybody's replaceable. Any and everybody is replaceable. Do not feel like your company has to keep you. Do not feel like you're irreplaceable. Each and every one of us is expendable. If you're not producing numbers, if you're in sales, you're not producing, you're not making enough sales, they will replace you. You are expendable. I only tell you guys this because I was fired. I was fired from one of my jobs in the past. Currently, I do have a job right now, but I did work at AT&T, and it was eye-opening for me. Like, I worked there for 2-3 weeks. I was in the training process. I was going through the training process, and this was in the midst of COVID. So I left my job. I was working a different job. I was working at Asurion at the time, and I was applying to different jobs, different companies. I was trying to find a different career path. So I had applied to AT&T, and I had got the interview. I got an offer letter, I believe it was, and I had got the position for call center taker. So I got that position. I went in the training program. It was a 3-week program. On the second week, they let me go, which I didn't understand why at the time, but now looking back, it was a blessing and a curse, because now in the current position I'm a manager, and I am making way more money than I would have made if I was still in that position or still working at that company. But it was a learning lesson, man. It's a learning lesson for me to always have money set to the side, always have reserves, because you never know when you're going to be let go. You never know when a company is going to try to replace you. You never know. You just never know. We don't know the future. We are only in the present. We can only control what we control in the present. And yeah, man, I was in that training program to onboarding process to get hired, to get fully vested and get into the company for AT&T. And they screwed me over, man. I'll be honest with you. Like, I did the first test. I guess there was 3 different tests we had to pass on the onboarding process. And we were doing role plays with the management, like practice calls, because we were supposed to be call takers. So we did practice calls, and I was doing it with the trainers, and they were kind of like, they were quizzing me on stuff that we hadn't even learned in the training class, like breakdowns of the bills. And I had told them that, and they were also quizzing other people on that too. And we had other students that were in the class, and we told them that, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna give you guys another chance." And I talked about this in another video, but just briefly. But we had got to that point where we were on the second test, and first test I failed because they didn't teach us anything about that bill breakdown, and they were quizzing us on that. And then the second test, I had I guess 80% was passing, and they gave me like a 78 or something like that. And they said that I wasn't confident or something I'm like, that's not even a part of the grading rubric that you guys are training us on and that you guys are grading us on. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And for that reason, they failed me, but they said they were going to give me another chance to take the test. At the end of the day of that training class, I believe it was that day or the following day, they pulled me. One of the trainers came. They came into the classroom, and it was about 20 students or 15 students, something like that. Came into the classroom. They told me, "Hey, we need to talk to you down in the hall." So I'm like, okay, it's kind of weird. Went down the hall, and then there was 2 people there with black suits on or whatever, or like casual attire, business casual attire, and they basically said they were letting me go. So at that moment, I was just kind of flabbergasted. I was in shock. I was like, what the hell? Like, kind of like cursed at the trainer that was teaching me. I'm like, man, what are you, like, you didn't even train me on half the stuff, and you're failing me, and you're trying to fire me. And I still had bills to pay and stuff like that, and I had left my previous job to go work there. So it was just like, man, like, completely screwing me over, completely, like, unprecedented. Like, it didn't even make any sense to me. Like, and then I was the only person in the classroom that they pulled aside that they told that to, because I even stayed after for a little bit in the parking lot and talked to some of the other students, and they were like, they're bogus, they did me wrong, they screwed me over. Like, I don't know, man, but it was definitely a learning lesson in life, definitely an eye-opener. Make sure, wherever you work, I don't care where you work, I don't care if you think you have a secure job, I don't care if you guys have a job like that you feel like you can't be fired from. Just make sure you have another stream of income. Make sure you save your money. Make sure you're always looking for better jobs. Like, don't get comfortable with the current job you're in. Look for more jobs, look for more opportunities. There's always a better job out there. There's always something better out there for you guys to get into, for you to look for. There's jobs out there, you just have to find them and you have to apply to them. And that's the only way you're gonna make more money. That's the only way you're gonna make sure you're financially secure. And you know, even if you don't want to find another job, just like I said, make sure you invest. Make sure you put all the money that you earn from your 9 to 5 or that you earn from your job, make sure you put it to the side. Make sure you put it in a savings account. Just make sure you have reserves in case anything happens, in case of emergency. Have an emergency fund. And just look for better jobs, man. There's, like I said, I got fired and I had no job for like 3 months. And I had bills to pay in that time. And luckily I have money set to the side, money saved up to be able to pay my bills while I was searching for another job, because I was looking for a job every single day. Like, I kid you guys not, I was on the computer. I opened my computer up in the morning. That was my job. Like, once I became unemployed, once they fired me, I tried to get unemployment. I applied for it, and they said I quit my previous job, so they were not at fault for that. So I couldn't get unemployment due to that. And then they said I wasn't at AT&T long enough to qualify for unemployment, so they didn't qualify me at all. Like, I was completely screwed. And my 9 to 5, my job every day, those whole 3 months, my job was just opening up my laptop. I would get up, maybe eat a little breakfast, or maybe not even eat at all. Get up, open the computer, hop on LinkedIn, hop on Indeed, hop on, jobs, any job site, Google. I would look on Google, jobs near me, jobs in Chicago. I would open it up, and for like 6-7 hours straight, I'm just applying to jobs. And I wouldn't get anything back. I wouldn't get hit back. I don't even remember. I think I applied for like a crazy number of jobs, like 50 jobs a day or something like that. I don't remember the exact number, but I was applying, man. Trust me, like 20 to 50 jobs a day. And I was getting no like emails, nothing. And during this whole time, I still had bills to pay. I still had to pay for rent. I still had to pay for my car payment. I still had to pay my phone bill. Like, all this stuff I was paying on my own. I had nobody helping me. Nobody was giving me money. Nobody's in this whole time, no job. So that's the importance of saving up your money, because I'm pretty sure all of you guys, like, you have bills to pay, you have things to pay, like, and you rely on your job every month to, like, boom, 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 I have to pay this, I have to pay my phone bill, I have to pay my rent. Like, if you have no job and you get fired or they terminate you, what are you going to rely on? Your savings. So make sure you save. Save. You never know. And like I said before, it's a learning lesson to me. Like, it just makes me understand and comprehend that even at my current job, like, I am expendable. Like, the company can easily get rid of me. You are not this being that, like, oh, we're not going to fire this guy no matter what. Like, you just have to be aware of the possibility. Like, there's always going to be a possibility of you're working for somebody else, so you always have the possibility of being let go. And that's one of the reasons why I want to try to start my own business, so I can be my own boss and I can decide, like, I'll be responsible for myself. I'll decide, what I want to do with my day, what I want to do with my time, how I manage it, how I manage the business. And that's kind of something that steered me in that direction too. I've always wanted to do that, but like, it's something that kind of gears me even more, like fires me up even more to try to do that. And I encourage all of you guys to like think to yourself, like, what can I do to make sure the situation never happens? Make sure I don't have to worry about that happening to you or, whoever. It just save up your money and get different streams of income, whether that be real estate or purchasing a car wash or a laundromat or just invest in all your money, just invest in stocks or crypto or whatever it is. Whatever you guys, by no means am I like a financial advisor or anything, but find different ways to make your money work for you. You know, stocks, bonds, invest in the S&P 500 that is like proven to go up every year. Just find smart ways to make your money work for you. And, you know, potentially, if you have the ability to do it, try to start a business. I mean, why not? I mean, I know a business is not for everybody, and I'm perfectly fine working a 9 to 5 too, but it's just one of my dreams, you know. And yeah, I mean, if that's something you guys are interested in, you know, it doesn't have to be like you could. There's nothing wrong with just working a 9 to 5, or just if you want to start a business, you can start a business. But it's just something that I'm kind of passionate about, something that I want to do. Plus, there's other ways of making money too. Like, a business is not just the only way to make money. You can make money, like I said, investing, real estate. Like, you can easily get real estate, get some properties, and be making $5,000, $10,000 a month just from real estate properties. Or actually, there's something going on right now in Chicago. Like, there's something going on in Chicago where this lady filed for bankruptcy, and the city is auctioning off all of her lots. I think it was like a portfolio of 800 lots or something like that. So like, that's different ways of getting into making money too. And like, real estate as well is just like investing into lots, investing into, you know, parking lots, vacant lots, things like that, and just letting the money accumulate and gradually grow over time. Like, I'm pretty sure if a company or something or a business wants to purchase that land, then the value of it is going to go up even more. So, I mean, there's just different ways of trying to make money, different ways of trying to get different streams of income. And it's just for us to like learn that and figure out what it is, because nobody's going to teach us. Like, somebody that's already discovered it and already figured out what it is, like different ways of making money, they're not going to teach us. Like, that's why we see all this stuff online nowadays of like people selling courses and different gurus and things like that. Like, I feel like that's something like kind of like shiesty, because we can all find all this information on the internet. Like, we can easily Google it, but they feel like since they have all the information and they learned it and they make these fancy videos that they could just sell it to us. Like, no, dude, like, just tell us, man. Just tell us how you did it. Like, help us out. Like, I'm pretty sure at one point they didn't have the knowledge, so like, help somebody else out that doesn't have the knowledge, like me or you or whatever, you know? Yeah, but that's like the main thing that I wanted to talk about on this video, was making sure, find different streams of income, and just explore the possibility of like saving, investing, and, you know, always looking for, you know, different jobs. I feel like it's kind of hard to get promoted nowadays, or even if you do get promoted, unless you're at like one of the top companies like Apple, Google, you know, one of those really top like high-end companies, a promotion is not going to get you an exponential amount of money compared to like the previous position you held. I feel like it's easier to just job hop and go from one company to another company and see like a crazy amount of difference in salary or hourly pay or whatever, because when you go from one job to another job, you can kind of bargain with them and you can kind of negotiate and ask for a higher salary than what you would do at your current company. You know, they give you what, a 1-2%, maybe even like a 3% raise annually, if that, or biannually. So I feel like it's just easier just to constantly search for different jobs, search for new opportunities. And yeah, I feel like too, if you guys are willing, if you don't have, you know, a lot of responsibility or anything like that too, think about moving out of your state and relocating, because there's different states, you know, that offer more money depending on where you go. Obviously, you have to factor in the cost of living too, but if you just look online and you're looking at a company or something that's willing to pay you a decent amount of money, and it's in a different state, you know, they'll pay for your relocation fees and all that stuff. So that's an opportunity to look into too. But that's it for me, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.